Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Namaskar, Pranam, Suprabhat and good morning ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome once again to this Swayam NPTEL course on English for thesis writing, in other words English for academic writing. To introduce, I am Dr. Seema Singh, Associate Professor of English and Soft Skills Trainer, Yoga Protocol Instructor from the Ministry of Ayush, the Government of India. And I have this lecture 11 today. Lecture 11 is the third week of the module 2nd, and we are in fact going to cover grammar for academic writing, making your writing more readable, part 1, which means there is a part 2 to this. So, as I said at the beginning of the course, even if it will appear that the first half of the course, lecture 1 to 20, is concerned about English and grammar and phrases and syntax and so on and so forth, and only the second part of the course, that is 21 to 40, are concerned with academic writing or thesis writing or conference paper writing or publication process. At certain point of time, there will be a flit between English and thesis writing. But now we have 2 lectures back to back, 10 and 11, on grammar for academic writing. So, these are the concepts we will cover in this presentation: reference words and phrases, substitutions and ellipses, conjunctions or sentence connectors, lexical cohesion by means of repetition, synonyms and anaphoric nouns, information flow and paragraph transitions. So, first let us come to cohesion, because that is where the entire story begins. Now, every writer wishes to make their points clearly, because clarity is something which makes pieces of writing easy to read and have logical links between the various points being made in the write up. This coherence, this clarity of expression is created by grammar and vocabulary through cohesion. So, there is a clear link between coherence and cohesion. So, cohesion finally is defined as the glue that joins your ideas together to form a cohesive whole. Now, on this slide we have examples of reference words and phrases. Now, for example, pronouns refer to he, she, it and they. Possessive pronouns refer to his, her, hers, their, theirs. Object pronouns refer to her, him, them. Demonstrative pronouns to this, that, these, those. And there are other phrases like the former, the latter, the first, the second, and so on and so forth. Now, let us read a short paragraph at the beginning of the slide, which goes like this: Jenkins, 1987, has researched the life cycle of new businesses. He found that they have average life of only 4.7 years. This is due to 2 main points, 2 main reasons, one economic and one social. The former appears to be a lack of capital, the latter a failure to carry out, and we stop there. So, the reference to Jenkins is through the reference word he, and similarly you have to fill up the chart on the left hand side, and we come to the same thing and we have the solutions here. The new businesses refer to they, average life of only 4.7 years is this, one economic is the former and one social is the latter, and the former blah blah blah, the latter are these, or both together are these. So, now another look, another paragraph goes like this: there is little prospect of improvement in the standard of living of the villagers from their present low level without the support of electricity. Presently, the households can enjoy only a limited number of hours of illumination based on kerosene or diesel. These are not cheap and so are not affordable by a large majority of the rural masses. This restricts the range as well as the intensity of their activities severely. But even if supply of power from these sources is available more abundantly, there is the problem of adverse effects of such use. So, in this paragraph, what would be the references for the reference word there, these, this, their sources, such sources, and they have been highlighted, and you have to write the answers in the left hand side of the column. And here we have the solutions. The villagers are there, kerosene or diesel is referred to as these, not being afforded by a large majority of the rural masses is this, and villagers are there, kerosene and diesel are these sources, from kerosene and diesel is such source. Now, we have a passage adapted from Stephen Bailey's book on academic writing published in 2003, and there are some blanks to be filled up. Now, you can do it at leisure in your house, and the answer is in this slide. It is in red, so you can fill up the blanks about references. Then we come to substitution and example of substitution by 4 sentences here. The first sentence: the scientific study of memory began in the early 1870s when a German philosopher, Hermann Ebbinghaus, came up with the revolutionary idea that memory could be studied experimentally. He broke away from a 2000-year-old tradition that firmly assigned the study of memory to the philosopher rather than to the scientist. 2. I will get married before you, now fill in the blank. A. I will see you in the morning before I go home. Then what does B say? Well, I hope blank. Then what are the solutions to these fill in the blanks? And how could you improve these two texts? One is with 3 sentences, the second one is with 1 sentence, but slightly longer. I leave you with this task, and you can do it by yourself. Next, we come to ellipsis, and more than the 2 paragraphs given on the slide is how to use the ellipses, which you must learn. Then we think of sentence connectors. In this long paragraph, there are 2 which are highlighted in bold: therefore and furthermore. The source of this paragraph is given at the end of the slide. So, sentence connectors are further studied in this slide, where for the idea of addition we use words as also, phrases as in addition, words as furthermore and moreover. For the idea of introducing an effect or result, we use phrases as a result, therefore, thus, hence and consequently. And now, the question is, which of these 2 texts is more cohesive? Text A is on this slide, and as usual I am not going to read it. I will wait for some time, and you can wait for more time when you are actually going through these videos and read the text slowly at least 3 times, and read the second text, text B, which is on this slide also 3 times. To acknowledge, I have gone to this given source, but it was not secure, and so I do not suggest you to look for this source in this source. Then we come to repetition, which is the thrust of this presentation. Now, there can be simple repetitions like the words patients, patient or patients as used in this paragraph. This is simple, but there can be complex use of repetition of words. In the second line, the debtor is talking about his debts in the fourth line, and the sixth line and the fifth line are again having debtor and debt, and third line from bottom has debtor. So, why it is complex is sometimes the debtor is singular, sometimes the debts are plural, sometimes the debt is also singular. So, this activity asks you to match the academic synonyms in each list. The first list is of nouns in the left hand side of the bar, and you have to find the academic synonyms in each list. And we move further to the right hand side, the same task, to locate the academic synonyms. So, why do we use synonyms? And just a small query, what synonyms are there for the following: economy, culture, globalization, theory and clone. Try to find out and you will find an answer to yourself. The next question is, what examples of repetition and the use of synonyms do you notice in this text you saw earlier? We have seen this text earlier. So, the task you have to do is to make a print of this PowerPoint slide and underline the repetitions and synonyms. Read this slide through carefully at least once or twice, if not 3 times, and underline the examples of repetition and the use of synonyms. And we have, despite a disclaimer at the bottom of the slide that this URL was not found, in this slide there is a color coding. Mitigation and mitigate is in purple, global, globally are in red, and GHG contains global, so red. International is akin to global, so red. Greenhouse gases, GHGs is new, but it is in red. Then we come to the topic called anaphoric or noun shells. In this short paragraph, if you read it, the entire noun shell is signified by this, which are in blue. Molds do not usually grow fast, and conditions had to be found in which large quantities of Penicillium notatum could be produced as quickly as they were wanted. The solution to this, shall we write Penicillium notatum, was helped by N.G. Heatley, a young biochemist also from Hopkins lab in Cambridge, who had been prevented by the outbreak of war from going to work in the Carlsberg laboratories in Copenhagen. So, read this at a leisure and think what you have to do. So, this V is also to be focused on. Then we come to this, these, which we use for nouns. In which of these words will you precede it by this, and in which you will precede by these as a noun? So, this is an example or a slide in which you have to fill in the blanks. Moving further, many high school students have problems fitting in socially. These high school students have problems fitting in socially. There has been a growing trend of graduate degrees to take longer. This has been a growing trend for graduate degrees to take longer, so on and so forth. And in conclusion, I am just putting for you once again what I had shown you in my course objectives or this presentation objectives slide. So, I am not reading it. So, this, these and anaphoric or shell nouns are commonly used as cohesive devices in academic writing. Notice examples and try to incorporate into your own writing, but you must think carefully before about how best to order information within sentences to make your writing more fluent. You must use transitional language to make the corrections between paragraphs explicit to the reader. Further practice on this topic can be seen on these links provided on the slide for cohesion, cohesion and coherence, coherence, cohesion and transitional words and phrases. For the yearly academic writing courses, there are 2 websites. The first, Grammar for Academic Writing, and the second, Academic Writing for International Students. Plus there are 3 PhD writing courses, plus there are independent study materials. And these are the references for my presentation. Thank you and God bless you.